Oceanfront Estates in Rancho Palos Verdes. That's the magnificent development at the end of Hawthorne Boulevard, right on the water. Calling me, I had a sale there a few years ago, $4 million, and he wanted to talk about it. And so it reminded me of all these memories I have of Oceanfront Estates, but not so much when I sold it, when they first built that complex, that project, that development, whatever you want to call it. Kind of interesting. If you remember, at the height of the dot-com era, when it went bust, that's when these homes hit the market. That's when they were ready for market. Terrible timing, and they were not selling. And they made a couple of mistakes. First of all, they were advertising, promoting the property as the most expensive tract development in America. Well, guess what? When you're spending a couple of $1 million on a home, you don't want to refer to it as a tract home. Not very sexy. It's not very romantic. So that was one mistake. But let me tell you how desperate they were. A selling agent usually receives 2.5%, or the selling company receives 2.5% as a brokerage fee. They were offering 6% to selling agents. They were motivated. They were desperate. So that's kind of, you would never know that looking at it today, but that's the truth. Just bad timing. And another interesting thing is they installed these two booths at the entrance, which looked like a guard check, a guard security checkpoint or something. And guess what? The city of Rancho Palos Verdes came down on them hard, and they said, hey, listen, as a condition of the approval of this project, you need to maintain public trails and walkways, and you put those booths there to intimidate people and scare people away from the public trails, which was absolutely the truth. So sure enough, they took down those two booths pronto, pretty quickly, which I thought was interesting. And another interesting memory of Oceanfront Estates is I was driving by one day, and they had these two huge signs that said, no photographic equipment, no photography, no bags, no backpacks, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking, what in the world is that? Well, it turns out that the good people of the South Bay, who did not live on the hill, who were hardworking, blue-collar, middle-class families and people, would say, hey, let's put the kids in the car this weekend and drive on up to the Palos Verdes Peninsula and see how the other half lives. We'll tour these magnificent homes, and we'll look at the pools, and we'll look at the ocean view. And, it's free. It's like a free trip. I get it. And, people would be coming in, taking pictures next to the fireplace. And, it was like a trip to Knott's Berry Farm, for God's sake. And they wanted to put an end to that. And then in addition to the photography and the souvenir pictures, like at the Grand Canyon, I guess staging items were disappearing. People were taking souvenirs home with them, which can get expensive if you're a stager. So they said no photographic equipment and no backpacks or bags. Let's just say it was a rocky start for Oceanfront Estates. That's all ancient history, because now it's a very, very desirable place to live, a very desirable community. And they had a happy ending, is my point, which I'm glad to hear. And my clients who purchase there absolutely love it. It's a wonderful, wonderful community. So I just thought I'd share because I had all these wonderful memories come back to me just yesterday. So I thought I'd share. That's it. That's my take on the beginning of Oceanfront Estates in Rancho Palos Verdes. You can check out my website at thecogentagent.com, or you can email me directly at thecogentagent@gmail.com. Goodbye, everybody.